Greeting, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July 6th. The All-Stars are here as well as the June Players of the Month. Let's talk about it. Hello, everybody. My name is Steven. This is the middle of the order. How are we doing today, ladies and gentlemen? If you missed last episode, then you know that this is not actually Monday for me. This is a day before. This is going to be a weirder episode, but not really, because there's a lot of things to talk about that aren't requiring me to, wait for the days to play out here. We've got the players of the month for the month of June. We have the All-Stars revealed. We can talk about the starters, the pitchers, the reserves, among our normal episode things. So with that being said, let's dive on in and get going with the players of the month specifically. For the AL Players of the Month, for me, if I go through position to position, who would I put in my June Player of the Month team? Starting off with catcher, we are going to Detroit to take Dylan Dingler, who in the month of June had a 3.33 average, 8 homers, 25 RBIs, and had a 1.011 OPS. A very impressive month for Dingler, who's had a very impressive year. So good for him. At first base, you're going to the A's for Nick Kurtz, a 250 average with 9 homers, 23 RBIs, and a 930 OPS. AL second baseman will be Cole Young from your Mariners, a 295 average, 5 homers, 12 RBIs, and a 790 OPS. At third base, Junior Caminero has been as hot as ever right now, and he once again deserves it. 327, 10 home runs in the month, 24 RBIs, and a 1.075 OPS. He's been tearing the cover off the baseball recently. I think he has, 11 homers in 11 days or 12 homers in 12 days? Something like that. He's been unreal. Bobby Witt rounds up the infield with a 316 average, 3 homers, 10 RBIs, and a 909 OPS for Mr. Bobby Witt Jr. And he is not the only royal part of this, because Jack Caglione had a great month of June as well. A 309 average, 9 homers, 19 RBIs, a 1.036 OPS. Another one data here for the AL. That's the third one already. Rounding up the outfield with Jack would be Byron Buxton from your Twins, 287 average, 4 homers, 10 RBIs, and a 929 OPS. And then Tyler Soderstrom from your A's, 284, 6 homers, 15 RBIs, and a 951 OPS. Starting pitcher for the month of June, Mr. Drew Rasmussen from the Tampa Bay Rays. Came in with a 0.82 ERA is how he finished the month, going 33 innings pitched, striking out 39 batters. Did go 3-2, but he only gave up 3 earned runs. So it just so happens that the 2 times that he did ended up in losses, or he gave up 2 in one game and 1 in one game. I didn't go through it, but definitely a weird stat to have 2 losses on when you've only given up 3 runs all year. But Rasmussen is your June pitcher of the month for me. The rookie, we're going to Toronto to take upon Kazuma Okamoto. Had a strong month of June, 286 average, blasting 7 home runs with 20 RBIs and a 913 OPS. And then for special / DH, we've gone the DH route to take on Yordan Alvarez, who had a very impressive month with a 344 average, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs, and a 1.036 OPS. And you think about it, with no Judge, that's healthy. Jose Ramirez has been on the IL. Yordan Alvarez seems to be one of the favorites right now to be taking home the AL MVP alongside guys like Bobby Witt Jr. and possibly even Junior Caminero. So that AL MVP race is something to be watching as we get into more and more of the season here. With that being said, now let's get to the NL Players of the Month for me, starting off with catcher again. And another guy who's having another sneaky good season is Mr. Colorado Rockies, Hunter Goodman. He's being consistent and he's blasting them as well. 250 average for him with 13 home runs in the month. Very impressive stuff. He had 25 RBIs and a 993 OPS. For first baseman, we're going to the Nationals for Luis Garcia Jr. with a 306 average, 11 home runs, 27 RBIs, a 1.128 OPS for him. Second base, we've got Luis Arias from the Giants. I think he was last month as well. He's having a nice season. 354 average with 2 homers, 9 RBIs, and a 950 OPS. For third baseman, New York will find Bo Bichette, 321 average, 5 home runs, 18 RBIs, and an 883 OPS. Obviously, off to a slow start this year, but has had a nice June to maybe kind of rebound a little bit his season, try to get it on the right page. For the shortstop, it is Miami's Otto Lopez, who still leads the league in both average and hits. And it makes sense when he has a 340 average for the month of June with 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, and a 922 OPS. In your outfield, Pete Crow Armstrong, he had a fantastic June, nearly a 400 average. He goes 381, blasting 11 home runs, 20 RBIs, and a 1.249 OPS. I think he had the highest OPS for the month here. He has had a phenomenal June and has kind of rebounded his season a little bit in a big way as well. Brandon Marsh continues to have a fantastic year in this list as well. 315 average with 9 home runs, 21 RBIs, and a 949 OPS. And the outfield is rounded off with a Cubs teammate of PCA. It's Seiya Suzuki with a 315 average, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs, and a 939 OPS. For the starting pitcher for the NL for the month of June, it's Mr. San Francisco, Logan Webb, who only gave up, I think, 1 or 2 runs. He had a 0.71 ERA across 38 innings pitched, striking out 29 batters, and in that time, in that month, going 3-1 with the Giants for his record. Great stuff for him. TJ Rumfield continues to make a case for the Rookie of the Year. He was the Rookie of the Month in May. He is once again the Rookie of the Month for me for June. A 316 average, 5 more home runs, 17 RBIs, and a 989 OPS. Call it the Coors effect, and there's a lot of great rookies, but TJ Rumfield really starting to stand out here for the NL Rookie of the Year. And then for special/DH, we once again go the DH route for Mr. Shohei Ohtani. He's a very good ball player. He's probably the best ball player. 333 average, 8 home runs, 19 RBIs, and a 1.091 OPS for Mr. Ohtani-san. And then that now brings us to the MLB players of the month and what they had for the month of June. Coming up with the AL Player of the Month, it is Junior Caminero, as we mentioned, the 327 average, the 1.075 OPS, the 10 home runs, the 24 RBIs, a fantastic month for Caminero, and he's off to a really hot start in July as well. For the NL Player of the Month, I mentioned he had the highest OPS. That's pretty good, and that's why Pete Crow Armstrong is the NL Player of the Month. A nice little duo here of Caminero and Armstrong. Crow Armstrong, 381 average, the 1.249 OPS, the 11 home runs, the 20 RBIs, a sensational month for PCA as he's trying to get the Cubs back into first place in that NL Central. For the AL and NL pitchers of the month, it is the exact 2 guys that I mentioned, Drew Rasmussen for the AL and Logan Webb for the NL. When your ERA is below 1, there's a pretty good chance that you might get the player of the month honors, or pitcher of the month honors, I should say. Rasmussen in those 33 innings, 39 strikeouts, a 0.82 ERA, while Logan Webb goes 38 innings, a 0.71 ERA, 29 strikeouts. So both pitchers, very good job there. For the rookies, for the AL and NL, exactly the 2 guys that I mentioned as well. Kazuma Okamoto from your Toronto Blue Jays, and then TJ Rumfield from your Colorado Rockies. Okamoto a 286 average, 913 OPS, 7 homers, and 20 RBIs, while TJ Rumfield comes in with a 316 average, a 989 OPS, 5 homers, and 17 RBIs as well. And then lastly, here we have the relievers of the month for the AL. We're going to Texas to take upon Jacob Latz. Give some flowers to Mr. Latz here. 16 innings, a 1.13 ERA, 19 strikeouts, and 11 saves in the month. That is pretty good, pretty solid stuff there from Jacob Latz. For the reliever of the month on the NL side, you got Johan Duran, who went 11 innings, a 1.64 ERA, striking out 18 batters, and then recording just 9 saves. I say just 9, but still 9 is a pretty crazy amount to have in a month. So Jacob Latz, Johan Duran, those are your relievers of the month. That is what MLB has for their players. For the team of the month for MLB catcher, they have Dylan Dingler listed from the Tigers. First base, Luis Garcia Jr. from the Nationals. Second baseman is Luis Arias from the Giants. Shortstop, Otto Lopez from the Marlins. Third baseman, Junior Caminero from the Rays. Outfielders, Pete Crow Armstrong, Brandon Marsh, and Jackson Chourio. He's one guy that didn't make my list, but he is here for the team of the month for June for MLB. So Chourio, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Brandon Marsh. The DH, Shohei Ohtani. Starting pitcher, Logan Webb. Relief pitcher, Jacob Latz. That is the MLB team of the month for June, and that is everything. That's the AL, NL for me, as well as MLB as a whole, and that will wrap up our players of the month for June. So then, as I mentioned, this is an unnatural episode in terms of the series are still going through and everything. So I think instead of doing a series recap, I'll just go through them so far just so you know where I'm at. Basically, after Saturday is what I'm seeing so far. So between the Twins and Yankees, it's a 1-1 series there. Phillies and Royals have only played one game. There's still 2 more to play, and it's 1-0 Phillies. The White Sox and Guardians are in the middle of a 4-game set, and so far the Guardians have won 2 of the 3 that have been played. White Sox with 1. Tigers at Rangers, it's a 1-1 as it stands. Rays and Astros, it's 1-1 as it stands. The Red Sox and the Angels, Red Sox have taken both games, so they're up 2-0 on the series. Blue Jays and Mariners are tied 1-1. Marlins and A's, Marlins have a 2-0 series lead. Mets and Braves, they play 4. So far they've played 2. The Braves have a 2-0 series lead. Pirates Nationals, they play a 3-game set. It's 1-1 as it stands. Cardinals at Cubs. Cardinals have taken both games, so they're up 2-0. The Orioles and the Reds. Baltimore's got the first 2 games there, so they are set and moving. Then you have the Brewers and the D-backs, which is currently 1-1. Giants and Rockies, currently 1-1. And then the Dodgers and Padres in the middle of a 4-game set. Dodgers have won all 3 games so far, so Dodgers up 3-0 in the series with 1 more. They look for the 4-game sweep. That is what the series so far is saying, and that kind of brings us to the baseball news. But for me, the baseball news is only one thing, which is all of the All-Stars have been officially announced. Let's go through them all and see who is making it to Philadelphia for the All-Star break here. Starting off with the starters. So the starting players for the All-Star in the AL. Catcher, Shea Langeliers from your Athletics. First baseman, it is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. from your Blue Jays. Second baseman, of course, we know it was Ernie Clement from your Blue Jays. Third baseman is Junior Caminero from your Tampa Bay Rays. Shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. for your Kansas City Royals. Mike Trout, Byron Buxton, and Aaron Judge are your 3 outfielders, with Yordan Alvarez from the Houston Astros being the DH. Those are the 9 starters for the AL. Something to note as well is that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Said that he's been dealing with a little bit of back, wants to get the extra rest, so he has decided to opt out of the All-Star game. He will not play. So Nick Kurtz, who won the player vote, has been listed as the starting All-Star instead. So instead of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who backs out from winning the fan vote, Nick Kurtz, who has won the player vote, will get the start over a guy like Ben Rice, for example. But that is how it is. So Nick Kurtz will join Shea Langeliers for the Athletics in the starting AL team for the All-Stars. For the NL catcher, we've got Drake Baldwin. First baseman, Freddie Freeman from your Los Angeles Dodgers. Baldwin, of course, from the Braves. Ozzy Albies, also from the Braves. He is your starting second baseman. Max Muncy, also from your Dodgers, is your starting third baseman. And then you've got a shortstop from the Nationals, C.J. Abrams. Had a great year so far. He gets the All-Star starting nod there. In the outfield, you've got Juan Soto from the Mets, Brandon Marsh from the Phillies, and then Andy Pages from the Dodgers. And then rounding it off, of course, we know we're Shohei Ohtani from the Dodgers. So Dodgers got, I think it's 4 players in the starting lineup there. So Dave Roberts will have his guys that he knows very well. Those are the NL starters. So those are the 18 players that will start the All-Star game break. And then we've got the pitchers as well as the reserves. So the pitchers for the American League include Brian Baker from the Tampa Bay Rays, Dylan Cease from the Toronto Blue Jays, Aroldis Chapman from the Boston Red Sox, Jacob Latz from the Texas Rangers, Parker Messick from the Cleveland Guardians, Drew Rasmussen from the Tampa Bay Rays, Joe Ryan from the Minnesota Twins, Cam Schlittler for the New York Yankees, Cade Smith from the Cleveland Guardians, Ranger Suarez from the Boston Red Sox, Louis Varland from the Toronto Blue Jays, and Michael Wacha from the Kansas City Royals. Those are the AL pitchers in the All-Star game here. For the NL pitchers for the All-Star game, you've got Chase Burns from your Cincinnati Reds, Johan Duran from your Philadelphia Phillies, Raisel Iglesias from your Atlanta Braves, Max Meyer from your Miami Marlins, Mason Miller from your San Diego Padres, Jacob Misiorowski from your Milwaukee Brewers, Eduardo Rodriguez from your Arizona Diamondbacks, Chris Sale for your Atlanta Braves, Christopher Sanchez for your Philadelphia Phillies, Paul Skeens from your Pittsburgh Pirates, Logan Webb from your San Francisco Giants, and then Yoshinobu Yamamoto from your Los Angeles Dodgers. Those are the NL pitchers for the All-Star break here. And then we have our reserves. So coming in off the bench at points in the game and other players who are going to be part of the All-Star team. Randy Arozarena from the Seattle Mariners. Travis Bazzana from the Cleveland Guardians. Cody Bellinger from the New York Yankees. You've got Yandy Diaz from your Tampa Bay Rays. Dylan Dingler from your Detroit Tigers alongside Riley Green. Nick Kurtz from the Athletics. Of course, he has been placed in the starting lineup, but he was on the reserve, so that will need to be replaced with another name here. You've got Kevin McGonigal from your Detroit Tigers. Ben Rice from the New York Yankees. Adley Rutschman from the Baltimore Orioles. And then Miguel Vargas from your Chicago White Sox. Those are the AL reserves there. For the NL reserves coming off the bench and such, Luis Arias from the San Francisco Giants, Corbin Carroll from the Arizona Diamondbacks, William Contreras from the Milwaukee Brewers, Pete Crow Armstrong from the Chicago Cubs, Hunter Goodman from the Colorado Rockies, Bryce Harper from the Philadelphia Phillies as a quote legend pick from the commissioner. Interesting. Otto Lopez from the Miami Marlins, Matt Olson from the Atlanta Braves, Kyle Schwarber from the Philadelphia Phillies, Sal Stewart from the Cincinnati Reds, Jordan Walker from the St. Louis Cardinals, and James Wood from the Washington Nationals. Those are all of the All-Stars across both the AL and NL, all the starters, the pitchers, and the reserves right there and there. Of course, some of this might change if a player or two opts out, another player will get selected. We're already going to get one new AL player for sure. One guy that I think it should be, Colson Montgomery. Hello, he needs to be here. He needs to be an All-Star, so hopefully he gets the nod over someone else here with that spot that Vladdy has now given up at least. When you look across all of the teams, the Braves, the Dodgers, and the Phillies, all three teams from the NL, they lead the way with 5 All-Stars selected for the game. And then you've got 3 from the AL side of things, the Yankees, the Rays, and the Blue Jays. 3 teams specifically from the AL East, they lead the way with 4 All-Stars for the AL. Guardians and Tigers have 3 players, and then you have the A's, Red Sox, Royals, Twins, D-backs, Reds, Marlins, Brewers, Giants, and Nationals. Those teams have 2 players selected, while the remaining clubs there just have 1. That includes the Oilers, the White Sox, the Astros, Angels, Mariners, Rangers, Cubs, Rockies, Mets, Pirates, Padres, and Cardinals. And I will say the White Sox having just 1 All-Star and it being Miguel Vargas seems a little bit criminal. I think Carlos Montgomery should definitely be here. Maybe even, what was it, Davies Martin from the White Sox? Just my personal opinion, but I digress. For now, those are the All-Stars, and that is what we're doing here right now. We can continue now with the episode here, going over some hot and colds from the week here. Basically, the hot players for the week, you have Junior Caminero, as I mentioned, hotter than ever, 9 for 25 with 5 home runs, 9 RBI, 6 runs, a 1.367 OPS. Dansby Swanson's been hot as well, 8 for 22, a double, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs, 7 runs, a 1.455 OPS. Yordan Alvarez goes 10 for 22 with 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, 5 runs, a 1.519 OPS. James Wood, 10 for 23, 2 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 7 RBIs, 7 runs, 6 walks, a 1.552 OPS. And lastly, Garrett Mitchell from your Brewers, 10 for 19 with 3 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 4 runs, and a high 1.696 OPS. Those are the hot players from the week. The cold players, you have Jo Adell from the Angels, 1 for 21 with 3 strikeouts. Cody Bellinger from the Yankees goes 1 for 21 with 6 strikeouts. Jake Burger from your Rangers, 1 for 20 with 6 strikeouts. Corbin Carroll, 1 for 21 with 9 strikeouts. And then you have Ryan Kreidler from the Twins, 3 for 23 with 8 strikeouts. Those 5 players are the cold players from the week here. As we move on now, we have our injury updates. Just a small list of guys right here, and that includes the likes of Ha-Sung Kim, who lands on the 10-day IL with a finger inflammation. Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners, 7-day concussion IL stint for him. And then the Padres will be losing Randy Vasquez on the 15-day IL with an ankle contusion, while Freddie Fermin will land on the 10-day IL with a head contusion. I've never heard of that before, but his case was very interesting. Bogarts kind of noticed that he was off and told the trainer to come out, and then he walked off the field. So yeah, and lands up on the IL here. So those are the injury updates from the weekend here. And that now brings us to some outstanding performances from the weekend. And of course, because it's, kind of not rushed on my part, but just like not a lot. Just 3 guys here. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts. Logan Gilbert, 7 1/3, only 1 hit, no earned runs, no walks, and 7 Ks. A very happy 4th of July for Logan Gilbert here. And then lastly, Dylan Cease goes 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, a walk, and 9 Ks. And there was one other outstanding performance, and that was Aroldis Chapman, who came in to record a save, I believe, against the Angels, or just a pitch against the Angels, and ended up becoming the new all-time reliever strikeout leader. So that's a big milestone for Aroldis Chapman. When you look at strikeouts and look at relief pitchers, he would be the first name that you see atop the list there. So congrats to Aroldis Chapman. That is definitely an outstanding performance from him and an outstanding career as a whole. So good stuff overall there for Chapman. And that brings us now to our standings check as we get into the month of July here. Where is everyone stated at? In the AL, the Rays, of course, they've been one of the hot teams. Their winning streak ended at 9. Their Yes, the winning streak ended at 9. The Yankees' losing streak ended at 7. So what you end up with right now is the Rays leading the AL East by 4 games above the Yankees. They're 52 and 34. Well, the Yankees are 49 and 39. So definitely the Rays, the hot team, they've pulled away from the Yankees in a big way. Blue Jays still in third, 5 games below 500. Baltimore, 6 games below 500. The Red Sox still looking for their 40th win. They're 39 and 48 and last in the AL East. For the AL Central, despite losing the first 2 games of the series, the White Sox and Guardians now remain tied then. The White Sox winning yesterday on Saturday. So the winner of today's game and whoever finishes the series with the win, either the Guardians have taken 3 and 4 and will have first place in the Central, or the White Sox will split and will remain first place in the Central. The White Sox 46 and 42, to the Guardians 47 and 43. So the Guardians 2 extra games, 1 win, 1 loss there. The Twins just 4 games back of them at 43 and 47. Tigers still looking for their 40th win. They're 39 and 50, while the Royals have lost the last 4 straight. They're 35 and 54 and continue to have their season spiral out of control for them. In the AL West, it's a close race between the top 2, top 3, maybe even top 4 teams. Mariners now pulling away a little bit, 46 and 44. They have a half a game lead over the Rangers, who are 45 and 44. The Astros are 44 and 47, just 2.5 back of the Mariners, while the Athletics, they've been a little bit colder as of late. They're 4.5 back of the Mariners, 41 and 48. 7 games below 500, but, just 4.5 games back of the Mariners there. Angels, of course, last. They're 36 and 54, so no longer the last team in the AL, as that honor goes to the Royals. But the Angels have lost the last 5 straight, so that is something for them to kind of work on a little bit here. For the NL East, the Braves still have the lead, 52 and 35 for them. They have a 3-game gap over the Phillies, who are 50 and 39. The Marlins have a 5.5 game back of the Braves. They're 48 and 42 and in third. The Nationals, 46 and 44, 7.5 back of the Braves. And then you have a 10-game difference between the Mets. The Mets are 36 and 53, basically a full 10.5 games below the Nationals for fourth alone. So work to be done for the Mets. Their season's probably chalked. The NL Central still has the Brewers in first, 54 and 33. The Cubs trying to make some room, but they're still ways away. They're 6 games back, 49 and 40. The Cardinals half a game back of the Cubs at 47 and 39. They've taken the first 2 games of a series that is going on. If they can complete the sweep, the Cardinals will be back in second place, while the Cubs will be in third. So the Cubs desperately needing to win today. Pirates at 500, 45 and 45. The Reds 8 games below 500, 40 and 48, and our last place in the Central. They can maybe turn their season around, but it needs to start sooner than later. They did just get Hunter Green back from the IL. He made his season debut. And then lastly, the NL West, it's becoming a slop fest. The Dodgers 59 and 31. They're 1 win away from being the first team to 60 wins on the season. They're 8 and 2 in their last 10. And the gap between them in first place and the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are in second, are a massive 14-game gap. The Dodgers will easily cruise their way to a division win at this rate. Diamondbacks at 500, 44 and 44. They have jumped the San Diego Padres, who are 43 and 45. So the Diamondbacks have a game up on the Padres, who, by the way, have lost 8 straight. San Diego Padres are in the mud right now. They have lost 8 straight since, that's the longest losing streak for them since 2013, over a decade ago. The Padres have now lost 8 straight. They are now in third place, and things are going awry from them. Giants 37 and 51, 2 games up on the Rockies, who are 36 and 54. They joined the Mets, Angels, Royals, and Red Sox. So far, 6 teams, and the Tigers, 7 teams who are still not at 40 wins on the season. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are 1 win away from making it 60 if they win today against the Padres, who would end up on a 9-game losing streak. They need to find a way to end that and get their season back on track. So that is your standings check there, and that just brings us now to the last part of the episode, and that is, of course, the upcoming series. Who is going to be playing each other come this week? The Cubs are in Baltimore to take on the O's. Yankees at Rays. This is a big series for the Yankees to claw back at, but if the Rays keep it up, I mean, they could make this a 7-game gap really quickly. That's a fun series. We got a Sock-Off, Red Sox at White Sox, Guardians at Twins, A's at Tigers, Angels at Rangers, the Mariners against the Marlins, Astros at Nationals, Royals at Mets, two teams that suck. One of them should hopefully get to 40 soon. Braves at Pirates, Phillies at Reds, Brewers at Cardinals. Could be a first versus second here for the NL Central, so that could be a big series there. The Rockies will take on the Dodgers. The Diamondbacks will get the Padres, battle for second place in the NL right now. Interesting. And it rounds off with the Blue Jays in San Francisco to take on the Giants. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for our episode here today. Again, a little bit of a rerun. I had to record this a little bit earlier, so we don't have the official series recap. We didn't do a game of the week or anything like that, the weekend, excuse me. But yeah, we got to do the June Players of the Month. We went over the All-Stars, so still a good episode, still long, lots of things to talk about. Come the episode on Friday, we'll probably go over the games, the series again really quickly, but then also talk about the series that's upcoming, of course, for the week. So it's going to be a little bit of an interesting episode on Friday, probably a bit of a longer one, while this one was a bit of a shorter one. So it kind of will even out in the end here. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody so much. And I will see you on Friday.